Um,
We're live.
okay. And I'll be right back.
It's a go. It's a go. I've heard some nasty stories about this new Independence Day movie.
I keep forgetting that they're making a new Independence Day movie.
Yeah, I keep hearing that it's filled with a bunch of like ultra PC crap. I really.
How do you put PC crap in an Independence Day movie?
It's not connecting me.
Yeah, me either. I click the start button. It's just kind of like and not doing anything.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die for this country. I swear to God. Let me see if I can find out what's happening with that.
All right, I'll be right back.
We would tell you to go to the chat, but we can't get in the chat. Yeah.
How do you put PC crap in an Independence Day movie?
Like what like do
made and we fight off the aliens. That's literally the plot.
It does like turn out the aliens are actually white guys or something? I mean,
like seriously.
I mean, like that evolved into these mutants.
Well, like it'll end up like the Angry Birds movie ended up, where like it's like a subtle anti-immigrant message.
Ah. Yeah, and right after
Muslims.
Yeah, and right after the credits roll, it'll tell you to make America great again.
Wow. Okay. It put me in immediately.
Let me try again. Says connecting. Says connecting. Doesn't seem to be letting me in. There. Awesome. Well, thank you, IRC client.
VZ's in. I'm in twice.
Just says connecting and does not seem to be doing much. This thing's going to be the death of me. I already know it. I can feel it in my bones. Help if I get out of Skype. Maybe not, but still getting out of it.
Okay, now it's saying the same connecting thing for me too.
I'm telling you, those ties to fucking Cthulhu aren't getting through. Okay, I think it just went in. Joining channel.
Okay, you're in.
But I can't see anything yet. It just still says joining channel.
Might pop up in a second then.
Yeah, there it goes. And I appear to be the only one in here. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. There it goes.
I was about to say it's just
It's just me. What the hell? I'm telling you, there is some kind of conspiracy going on. This is what happens when you spend 8 years making.
Yeah, I see it now.
See, this is what happens when you spend 8 years making fun of W. You start getting like bad karma and stuff. The internet's come after you.
Strategery.
Strategery, yes.
Access of evil.
Yes, yes. Except when he said it, I don't know if he meant an axis, like you're spinning on one, or access is in all access pass to a VIP room.
I think more like these three things converge in the same.
I wasn't being serious. I knew what he meant. I was making a joke.
Okay.
Alright, regardless, I'm going to jump out this link here, and then we'll start.
Okay. We'll play a game of Cowboys and Engines.
Engine. I-N...
J-U-N. Yeah. Yep. What's funny about that is that there actually probably is about as many cowboys as there are engines now. Unless of course you think, people like a certain ex-president,
I'm a cowboy.
I'm a cowboy, yeah. You're about as big of a cowboy as Bon Jovi, there, guy. If not less.
Marlboro Man, he was a cowboy.
Yes. And also bought by the tobacco industry.
And died of lung cancer.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. Gee. It's like a window washer that fell to their death.
Okay, it worked again for me. So I'm gonna take that and roll with it.
Are you the guest that just popped in?
I'm the guest that just popped in and then popped out.
Okay, because I was going to say, yay, guest 90693, come on down.
The next contestant on The Price is Wrong.
Bitch. You know after the filming stopped, one of those people got choked.
Yeah. Listen, I want to get done by 11:30 because I have an appointment in the morning.
Then we better start now. Everyone ready?
Yes. All right.
Roger Wilco.
Roger Wilcox.
That's a redundancy. As a matter of fact, that's both of those mutually exclusive. In 3, 2, 1.
All units, this is Neko Actual. Be advised. Initial thermal scans show content that may not be suitable for those who are easily offended or under the age of 18. Break. We're seeing coarse language, dark humor, and discussion of adult otaku media ahead. Listener discretion is strongly advised before proceeding. Neko 21 out.
Emergency! Emergency! The massive battleship is approaching fast. Your mission begins now.
Warning. Warning.
Welcome to NTR Radio. I'm Tom Force Anubis.
I'm K-Gods.
I am VC Mark II.
Hey!
Been a while.
Not only that, but you're listening to this on a Monday.
Yeah.
Because... Yeah. Because it's NTR Radio.
Exactly. At this point, that's all we need to say whenever anything goes wrong.
Yeah, there you go.
It's NTR.
Yeah, this is going to end up being on TV tropes or something, NTR Radio, when things don't show up on time.
No, they have that. It's called schedule slip.
Yeah,
yeah, but it has to be named after us.
Oh, okay. It has to be named after us.
It's an NTR Radio.
Yeah, it's going to become one of those things. Apparently, it already
is. Radio curse.
Yeah, apparently it already is, though, because people that do other podcasts, which may or may not be on this network.
Maybe we should be in the same class as like Anne Happy, because they're the whole classroom.
I'm not happy.
Because that whole the classroom was like for people that were unlucky.
Yep. So what's everybody been doing?
Our radio network is the network for podcasts who are unlucky, and that's basically because like I'll guest on a podcast,
and then it'll start fucking up. You'll start having technical problems, and like something that never has had problems ever starts having problems.
Like I'll go on the podcast, and like 3 weeks later, their mixer will just explode.
Or it didn't record, or the volumes are screwed up. Yeah.
Like the sound in their left headphone will just cut out.
The wrath of nature.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where I'm not superstitious, but sometimes you really gotta wonder. Okay, a couple announcements here. The first one is that you may have noticed I'm no longer on Twitter. My account, LazyErica00, is gone, and there's a couple of reasons of that. One of which is just that it kept interfering with other things I was doing, and I really had an issue with all the shadow banning and stupid shit that they've been doing. I might return, but for now, I'm just going to be on my merry way there. If you want to get a hold of me, you can hit me up on Skype, or you can send me an email, something like that. I mean, those of you who I want to have these things already have them. So random people are ill-advised.
If you want to get in touch with me, but you don't already have my contact information, yeah, go fuck yourself.
Basically, yeah. But beyond that, I'll be back. You know I will. Come on. I can't resist the urge to shit post.
Also, animate titties.
Well, I don't have to be on Twitter for that.
Yeah,
that's true.
Fair.
I can go on Tumblr.
I don't know why you would, but you could.
Yep. Hey, there are a couple good ones. There's Butts in Motion. Which, by the way, I absolutely endorse. You really need to check that out. I am not being paid. There is no conflict of interest here. There is no money. Yeah.
Okay.
Beyond that, I'll be heading to Expo later this week.
Yep.
And then Anubis will be going to Kineticon, which is not Anime Expo.
And I won't be going anywhere.
I'm gonna be perfectly honest with you. I'm kind of pissed off at Kineticon right now.
What do they do now?
Okay, so compounding with what they've already done, which is to say, getting really late on these panels while they're doing all this guest stuff that I don't care about.
Oh, I think I know where this is going.
Is that the one you're going to, or you said?
Kineticon is the one I'm going to.
Okay.
Now, get this. The convention center now closes at 9 p.m.
Ew.
Yeah.
Like talk about screwing over people who have 18-up panels.
Evidently this happened because they had feedback from previous conventions that say that people didn't really go to the panels after 9 p.m.
Anubis is like, bullshit! I got record attendance.
But when I did my panel back in 2012, they had to kick people out of the panel room.
Because there was too many?
Yeah, because it was too many. It was a fire hazard. So...
Ouch. Yeah, so...
A different year, there was a line all the way down the hallway for Team 4 Star's 18-up panel. So, I'm not saying that the feedback was wrong, but I'm saying it doesn't represent reality.
You're not saying it's wrong. You're saying it's wrong.
I'm not saying that they didn't get feedback like that. I'm not saying that they didn't get feedback that says, oh, so-and-so people didn't go to 18-plus panels. What I'm saying is they should have metrics by which this stuff can be objectively measured, and either they didn't look at those, or they went off some anecdotal shit instead of looking at the reality, which is, number one, these panels do bring in a whole lot of people, and number two, this is something that Greg Ayers told me when I mentioned to him that I was doing the Effed Up Hentai panel.
Is he the one who does the game shows?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, it's something he told me. All these late night 18-up panels prevent people from wrecking up the hotel rooms and doing stupid shit at night.
Oh, and you well, I can't say that I haven't done stupid shit at night.
Well, I'm talking about really stupid shit, like Katsukan stupid shit, like punching holes in walls.
One Punch Man stupid shit.
Exactly. Punch Man stupid shit, like punching holes in walls and high-fiving exit signs.
Still, probably not as bad as DashCon.
Well,
yeah, but come on, that's the
happens
I know it's a low blow. It's like
when you do a convention. What I'm saying is, there is really no reason to close the thing at 9 p.m. Like, there's no reason for the convention to make that decision.
I'm interested if they have like these metrics that you're talking about, like how much property damage and unpleasantness starts happening. Because rowdy teenagers and shit.
You get a little.
That's the reason 18+ panels basically exist. Hey, there's a place for people to go when the stuff's winding down at night, and people really attend these panels.
You wear a little button that says, "At least we're not DashCon."
Since the first time I gave the NTR panel at AB, it's filled the room every time, except the time they gave us the big room, where it filled 3/4 of the room.
Hey, I've seen you walking down those lines with the camcorder.
I couldn't believe it. There's a whole lot of people out there.
Yeah, it's like a line that you didn't even see the end of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Which, if you're a panelist, that's like the best thing you could ever see.
That's either the best or the worst thing.
Yeah, it depends on your comfort level.
Could be, hey, I'm really pumped that this many people.
Or holy shit, if something goes wrong, I'm completely fucked.
Holy shit, I hope I don't suck.
Yeah, or I'm gonna have like lynch mobs running around.
So what's everyone been watching?
Well, before we get into that, hit up the IRC. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to she'slostcontrol.net/podcast. In the upper right is the chat link. Hit that, give yourself a nickname, hit the start button, and you will join us in the IRC channel. Alternatively, take your favorite IRC client, hit up irc.ryzen.net and join us in the # or # SLC Media channel. You can also get at us on Twitter at TEAnubis and at VZMK2. And you can
formerly Lazy Erica 00.
Formerly Lazy Erica 00. You can type that in, sure.
It's not going to happen.
Not going to help you. And as always, you can hit us up in the email box at ntrradio@gmail.com.
Yeah. So if you do send a tweet, be warned that I should warn you that within a month someone else is probably going to have that account.
Yeah, and they're going to be really, really fucking confused.
Yeah, it'll probably be an egg account.
Naturally.
And they'll be like, and people that were just kind of tuning out or absent for a week or two will just be like, what the fuck's going on here? I watched Mahoromatic. I finished that up.
I really need to rewatch that.
It's pretty fun. I mean, you know,
was it there 2 seasons? No, it was a 26 episode show. That's right.
Actually, yeah, it does end on 13. And then there's more.
Right.
But I enjoyed it. There's some funny Gynax-isms, you know.
I'll check it out one day. It might be something funny.
Like there's a guy, the main character, or main male character rather, does kind of look like Shinji a little bit, except has glasses and.
Yeah, that's a Gynax and Shaft co-production.
Yep.
Right. And they also have other Gynax-isms are what the fuck are they called? Like the council or whatever. I can't remember their name. They kind of remind you of Sele.
Yeah.
And the one guy definitely kind of has the Gendo thing going on, even like the look to an extent. And the one teacher has big tits that bounce around.
Naturally.
There's more Gynax for you.
Gynax standard since Gunbuster.
Yeah, there you go. The Gynax bounce. That being said,
if you go back even further to the Daikon 4 animation.
Yeah. Okay.
I was just gonna say this reminds me.
Goes back to Daikon film.
This is the dorkiest like correction ever. It's like when somebody. It's like, no, that's not really a 9-sided die.
Yeah. I mean, okay, there's breasts in Wings of Oniamis, but not for the reason, not for the fan service reason.
Well, it might be for some people, some sick people. But yeah,
Gynax balance paradigm isn't just based on breasts.
No.
They have to be bouncing in a certain way.
Yeah, it's not just a bounce or a jiggle. It's a specific kind.
Exactly.
Because there are far more shows that are not Gynax that have bouncing and various other types of fan service. Yes. Wow. But beyond all that, I'll be at Expo, so you can hit me up there if you see me. If you don't know what I look like, that's going to be hard. But so you'll have to look at the little name tag thing that's on your badge there.
He looks exactly like Giron.
Yeah.
yeah. I have gray hair. I'm an elderly gentleman, and I'm also wearing a very quasi-fascist type of outfit. And I also killed a bunch of people with a giant space orbital laser.
Yep. Bitches don't know about my colony laser.
Bitches don't know about my orbital laser. Yeah.
Anything from this season you finished, or are you still?
I'm still watching it. I'm still watching Bakugan and High Fury. Next season though, Brave Witches. I'm looking forward to that.
No. That's not next season.
Isn't it fall?
Yeah. It's the fall, not the summer.
I know.
Okay, so
I know that is next season. It's technically yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll watch that. I'm gonna watch that.
Yeah. That being said, I think the designs aren't quite as sharp, and they don't. What the hell's the right word?
There's nothing that grabs at you.
It doesn't announce themselves, kind of like the other ones did.
Yeah.
That being so.
Though, like the first strike, which is kind of solidified the entire look of the show. So the next time around, it's gonna have a bit less impact.
It's not that it's lackluster. It's that it's like it's more. I don't even want to say it's more of the same because it might not be. You never know. This is the 502 jet fighter wing.
We don't know what like the plot of this one's gonna be.
No. All we know is that some of them have large knockers, just like in the original.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for. And much like in real life, you're gonna have to look at the characters for personality.
That's kind of like how, like for the new Love Life Sunshine, it's a little difficult to gauge which ones without getting to know. But there's two that I already really like, just on the little bit that has been shown. So it's a little comparable.
I will be at, like I said, I'll be at Expo. I can't tell you exactly the order. I can tell you a couple panels I'll definitely be at if you want to look. I'll certainly be at the Shigeo Hamashima panel. Basically the author, not author, I think she's actually character designer for Euphoria and Out of Gauge.
Also, are you going to be trying to get, at least trying to be with, trying to see if you could get like an autograph, or at least just see the Akito Isaki?
Nah, that's a different thing. That you have to have tickets to that. That's a different.
That sucks. Oh.
That you have to have tickets to go to Anime Matsuri, I think it's called.
Right.
Which I'm not paying extra for that. I don't even have as much money as I did last time. So it's.
Anything in particular you're going to be looking for, or just whatever you see that?
I've got a little list going, and it's not even priority except for one or two things. Other than that, it's basically just if you see any of this stuff, kind of thing. That's about as good as it's going to be.
It's called the buy on site list.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I would probably say, as much as, I would say hold off on the anime, because that stuff you could probably just get online in the future.
We'll see.
Unless it's a show that you really want there. Because I would say look for the stuff that you can't get.
That's been philosophy whenever I'm at a con. It's like I'm at the point where I can just get anime anytime I see it. So it's like.
Well, but of course, by that same logic, I can actually get most of this stuff online anyway, and probably cheaper in some instances.
Except for Dojins. Dojins.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I'm sorry to disappoint some people, but Dojins are actually low on my priority list this time around.
I really don't prioritize doujins all that much, to be perfectly honest, either.
I only own one.
So, so I'll be there. Another one a panel I'll almost certainly be at is probably the, I'll probably at some point try to get like some kind of autograph from Yoshitaka Amano. Get old school Final Fantasy nerd that I am. Or Shoji Kawamori's going to be there as well.
Holy shit.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now I'm 3 times pissed.
This episode will be called Anubis is 3 times pissed.
The mad episode times 3.
yeah, like with the little small X. Yeah. Anyway,
ask him only questions about Earth Girl Arjuna.
It's like, say, can you tell me something about Stardust Memory? Why did they put magic at the end of that? You worked on the project, you might know.
Listen, I just gotta. It's been burning in my head for a while. Why did they play magic when Homeboy and
Kelly Lasner?
Alvaro? That was completely inappropriate.
I mean, it's kind of funny, but it does strike you as like, is this going to be like a Brokeback Mountain type of thing? Or...
Like I get what they were going for.
Yeah, but
use a similar song that has like
less sexual lyrics,
like a similar feel to it, like that kind of smooth kind of thing. But the not looking for no love affair is not the lyrics you.
Yeah. Hey.
And Kota working on the Volvera.
Two guys like repairing a thing, which that very well could be yaoi bait. I mean,
well, they did make a couple years later. They did make that hentai Legend of the Blue Wolves.
Blue Wolves. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where they got the inspiration. Okay.
Yeah, we sat around watching Stardust Memory and just like, hey, I got an idea.
Let me say what I've been watching because I got quite a bit.
Alrighty.
Alright. Before I talk about, the stuff from this season, I actually watched 2 things of note. First one is I finally got around to seeing the Strike Witches OVAs.
The first one or the 3 of them?
All 3.
Okay.
And it's more the same, but it was good to see those characters.
More of the same is good for me in this case.
Yeah. At least it shows that Silverlink can do what needs to be done for the show.
There you go.
Because some people might have concerns that because this is the second time, or this is the 3rd studio that has done Strike Witches.
Yeah.
The first one was Gonzo. The second one was AIC, which did not just the 2nd season but the movie, and then the OVAs and Brave Witches are done by Silverlink.
So if you're worried, don't be.
No.
I've seen the preview. It looks fine.
Yeah. The other thing I watched is the Girls in Panzer movie.
I still need to see that.
Along with the OVA that goes to said movie.
Yeah.
And it was okay. It was okay. A lot of action, very, very little character building.
Good. I'm pumped now. Let's go.
A lot of
I mean when I say Girls in Panzer is the best action anime I've seen in recent memory.
The OVA had more character. Actually, watch that OVA first, then watch the movie, because it'll kind of help.
Okay.
All right. They'll probably be both in like the same file or something.
Probably.
Not that we endorse such things.
No, of course not.
Yeah. Besides that, so everything I've been watching this season has kind of finished out. Bakuman to me was the weakest show this season. I know it was the one that I told you about. I was like, Bakuman.
And you can reach VZ Mark II at.
It was okay. It just, again, like I said, I wanted less motorcycle talk and more cute girls doing cute things like K-On!
Yeah, but there's tons of that already.
I know, but that's what I want in my...
That's number 1. Number 2 is like, when I go into the the anime about cute girls on motorcycles, I'm just by default expecting a whole lot of motorcycles. Because I mean, like to me, K-On! Was never like marketed to me based on the music.
It's not Kids on the Slope.
It's not good stuff. It's certainly
Yeah, it actually sold well.
But I mean, like, K-On! Was never really about the music to me. Like
It's not about the music, man.
none of these cute girl shows were ever like marketed to me based on the cute thing they're doing. Like it was, but like,
Maybe Euphonium.
well, I mean, Euphonium
Euphonium's a little bit more drama-ish.
it's more about the music than K-On! Is.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So the other thing, if you've seen any like review sites or social media, you might have realized just like that the ending to Kumamiko shat on the bed.
Yeah, I've been hearing stuff about that.
And if you're hanging out on...
Context, but yeah.
Do you want me to explain what happened or not?
Nah, it's cool.
Okay.
Some people might still be wanting to watch it.
Alright, I won't say anything, but yeah, that was kind of a bit surprising.
That being said, if you're hanging out on the review sites, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah. Just anime reviews are so broken.
And
I mean, if you think video game reviews are bad, anime reviews are at least as bad.
Yeah.
If not worse.
fan service is automatically a bad thing, is a negative.
Yeah, it knocks it down to a C immediately.
And Happy was good. A solid 4 show. It's 4 out of 5 if I gave a numerical rating.
Numerical, yeah.
Numerical.
Yeah, I don't really... These days I don't give those kind of ratings hardly anymore.
I try my best not to, but it's just something in my mind,
Mostly because it's a lot of it's worthless, especially the 10 system.
Yeah, the 10. I find that I don't do 10. I do 5. If I do,
I always said that's if you're gonna do it, that's the way to do it because
you have to use a rating system. The 5 rating is the best
because when 10, what's really the difference between the 7.1 and the 7.3 for you?
Well, I mean, it's not even that. With the 10 rating scale, everyone gets into the paradigm of school grades.
To where 5 is an average, but it's actually if you were actually looking at the number line, it would be, but it's actually not.
Exactly.
You know, a 7 is average to them.
The other thing. Let's see. What was the other thing? Okay, there was. Oh, Sanya Sancho ended. I actually liked the last episode to that. That was actually really good.
Gotcha.
That was because the show was kind of average, even though technically it the material for it predates a lot of stuff that seemed similar to it.
Mm.
It's actually the manga for it is much older. It goes back to 2003.
Damn.
So
Like ancient by.
Yeah.
And it's still running. So.
Holy crap.
Yeah. But my favorite show of the season that also ended was Pandai Peace.
All right.
That was my favorite show, which was a short. I don't care. They gave me exactly what I wanted. Cute girls baking and discussing bread. There you go.
Which is something only in anime people would find entertaining.
Yeah, like you notice how a lot of this stuff really only works in anime.
Yeah, because would you really want to hang around with a bunch of? Would you really want to be sitting there while a bunch of girls are just baking bread and talking about bread? I mean, yeah, some people would, and certainly some creeps would do it just to pry on them.
If you're really into baking bread.
Well, yeah. If you DVR Hell's Kitchen or something. Or something weird like that, you might be more interested, but
and vaguely lesbian suggestion Yuri.
Well, yeah, but I assume that with any anime that's all women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's conditioning or I've just seen so much anime. I come to expect it.
I think it's just the same reason. It's just you see so much anime. It's like, bunch of girls, no men.
That or the pervy side comes out maybe. Beyond all that, I should mention that the Kodomo no Jikan Kickstarter is still running. It's about done.
It's only got a couple days left.
So if you want it, you definitely need to. I'm not saying you should donate. I'm saying you could. It has how much? Where is it at now? Do you know?
No,
Pull that up.
I haven't been following.
I know it's over 111,000.
Yeah, it's over 100-something thousand.
But I know the goal was like 157, I believe.
I believe so. What would be great is if Google would take me to the Kickstarter proper rather than
a Hillary Clinton donation.
Like rather than taking me everywhere but where these people are at, where what I'm trying to get to.
Don't make me use Bing.
It's like at this point, it's literally faster for me to go to Iyashike, go to the article I wrote about it,
and then get the link from there.
Than to go to Google, because they're not bringing me where I'm trying to go.
Thanks, Google.
Like, real talk. I'll type Kodomo no Jikan into Google.
And now you're on a watch list.
Other than the Wikipedia page or the Kickstarter campaign. I'm looking for one of those two.
Well, you could just go to Kickstarter and use the search thing there.
I could, but Google's supposed to be like top dog, right?
Yeah, but we all know, at least in recent times, that they've more than kind of had started to show some biases.
It's ridiculous. Regardless, the Kickstarter is currently at $118,534 with 7 days to go.
So if any of you philanthropists out there, that want to support the fine arts,
yeah.
and by fine we don't mean as in snooty or highbrow. We mean fine more like someone's ass.
What about you, Anubis? What have you watching anything?
I haven't really actually caught very much lately.
Well, he's just prepping to get mad at Kineticon.
That's one aspect of it. Mostly though, I've been getting back into custom made 3D.
Oh, okay.
It was custom made 3D 2 actually. Came out last year. It's amazing.
Oh. Would you say you're endorsing that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a way to play that on my Mac or?
I don't know. I'm not sure if it'll work on a Mac. I'd have to look into that.
Yeah.
Other than that, you can see I've got a new shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm just looking at the. I think it's a Docky in the background there.
This one right here?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wait, let me see. Oh, that one. Yeah. Who is that?
You can't get. Sorry.
That's Neo from K-On!
Oh, yeah. I can
Nice
see.
thigh highs. You can't go wrong with thigh highs or Mizugi, really.
Listen, I did some informal polling, and from that I can safely conclude that there's not a person who dislikes thigh highs.
Man or woman, for that matter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Universal.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. And I think I actually have a psychological idea why this is. It's because it shows you some, but not all.
Oh yeah.
And your brain just,
That's the entire reason absolute territory is a huge thing.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at. Yeah. Same with Mizugi. It shows they're really skin tight, like glove almost, and it shows you some, but not all, and it accentuates curves and all that good stuff. So now that we're past the Freudian reasons we like these things.
Yeah, I mean that's about it. I got those two Figmas I ordered a couple weeks ago came in.
Yeah, the Love Live ones.
No, I already have the Love Live ones. I'm talking about the Hidamari sketch ones.
Oh, yeah. So you made the two characters.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to do up the weapons for those.
Yeah. I have what? Oh.
I spent an unspecified time watching a lot of those dumb top 10 lists that Watch Mojo puts out.
Some of those are funny.
I want my time back because I really did not like most of the anime ones. They just reeked of polls we took from Toonami.
Yeah, don't watch the anime ones.
They're not so hot. First off, how can you have a top 10 badass list without Char?
Well, here's my thing. Is it me, or does any anime-based content that comes from an outlet that isn't pretty much all about anime just worthless?
It seems like it.
Except for like the stuff that Ollie Barter writes on Forbes and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know what you mean though. It reeks of like, okay, I watched the Saturday Night Toonami lineup and I made my lists off of that.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but depending on, and I understand why they do that because it's going for Joe Average.
Exactly. But
exactly.
But for it's really head scratching for those of us that kind of watch this stuff a lot more obsessively.
Exactly.
Again, I mean, I understand that, you know, the new stuff is the news and current running stuff is probably going to take precedence just by the nature of the way these things work.
Of course.
But still, how is Char not in this thing?
It's like
it's like completely ignoring anything made, you know, in the I hate saying the golden age. I really do. But during that time period.
Mm.
It to me reeks of level 1, which isn't to disparage level 1 people, but it's like it's when I know that content was created by either an individual or an outlet that isn't deep into anime, but is more on the surface level.
Right. I mean,
again,
the ones I expected were there.
Time isn't disparaging to any of those people, but it's just an observation.
I mean, the ones that were there were ones that I kind of expected a lot of them would be. Alucard.
Yeah.
You know, Vegeta for sure.
Yeah.
And that's fine. I got nothing against those. I actually like those characters, but I don't know. I mean, I wasn't expecting them, you know, to have someone from Urotsuki Doji on there or something like that. But
you could have swapped out Attack on Titan dude for Char Aznable.
Yeah. I don't know. Just personal biases, I guess.
Yeah.
You know. Although, if you're going to watch one of those top 10 that they did that'll probably infuriate you and infuriate most people that are big anime fans, look at the top 10 hottest character ones.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Because even amongst us three, we're not going to agree with
Exactly.
with each other's picks. You really think that?
That's such a subjective thing.
That's such a personal preference sort of thing, like hardcore personal preference.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There was one top 10 female anime perverts. And
I like that one as a concept.
Me too. But how do they not have Here's a question: how do you not have Haruka from Kanamemo?
Because
they probably didn't see Kanamemo.
They have no concept of what Kanamemo is. No concept whatsoever.
Because if they did, if they knew, she would have been number 1.
Wasn't Senran Kagura on there? I'm pretty sure it was.
Yes, that's actually the image on there.
I was cool with that one, certainly. Because, yeah, it's brainless. It's a brainless show, but who cares?
Oh, I gotta watch this one later. I'm sure I'll be angry at it, but I gotta see this one later. Top 10 anime with fan service.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the images of a prison school.
Yeah. Well, I understand why that one shows up.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't. The way they do these things is probably not ever going to change. So, what can I say? You're probably not going to see Plastic Little or even or Ica, which if Ica isn't on your list, you're doing it wrong. I think.
I think they did. I think. Oh no, I was thinking of Aiken.
If Aiken is on your list, you are doing it wrong.
There's a massive problem.
Aiken is like for like top 10 worst anime. If they
Yeah, it's the thing is you can do so much better if you're looking for that.
Yeah.
It's poorly executed. I would rather watch Divergence Eve.
Exactly. At least that has nice character designs.
Yeah, and someone needs to do some investigation on that.
I really want to know what happened.
Like
Something had to have happened. I can't believe in my mind that this was a natural occurrence.
Yeah, I mean, my idea for that one is there's no way these design. I swear these designs came from something else, and then they just were like, well, we need to use them.
It had to, because you don't come up with this like hard science fiction story and end up with these character designs. It doesn't happen.
Then but see, some people go, well, it's a cynical production because they gotta get otaku bucks.
Yeah, because otaku were buying this in droves.
Yeah, no, Divergence Eve is like top 10 anime of the early 2000s.
I've never seen it on a list ever.
Top 3 anime of the early 2000s: Divergence Eve Misaki Chronicles, and Full Metal Alchemist.
Yeah, you totally see that coupling.
Yeah, this is totally got all the otaku bucks. Divergence Eve.
I've never even heard anybody else but us talk about it.
Yeah, it's one of those mid-level shows that everyone forgot about, except people who
actually saw it.
actually own both box sets. So, I mean, no, it's not one of those cynical productions they keep talking about, because it didn't do anything. It didn't start anything. It got a sequel. I don't know how it got a sequel.
It's like one of those Malaysian flight mysteries or something. Like we don't know why or how.
2 things. We don't know where the plane is, and we don't know how Divergence Eve got a sequel.
To be fair, I was less irritated when CNN were playing that nonstop than what they're playing now.
Yeah, you know what? I'm with you, because at least with the flight, like,
it actually matters.
Happened and people actually were killed.
Whereas if Donald Trump wins, that's only figuratively going to happen. Verbal violence.
We're up against the break. Keep it right here on NTR Radio.
Like Zoink Scoob.
So it's even like
Zoink Scoob, I've got some major munchies, man.
Like we need
balls, man.
We need to get Scooby-Doo and the gang on this mystery, because I don't even know if they'll be able to solve it.
I don't know. I think Shaggy's too busy just hanging out talking to his dog.
Old man Jenkins up here trying to Divergence Eve a sequel.
Get Scrappy Doo on it. He's the only competent person.
Fuck Scrappy Doo.
I hate that character so much. Let me at him. I'll splat him.
Power.
Listen,
talk about an addition that nobody likes.
When you're small enough to be stepped on, just don't talk out of term. Speak when spoken to, because you can get stepped on. You can get stepped on by accident. It just doesn't matter.
Somebody sits down and farts, you're dead. Some fat some fat lady working on one of those sex lines sits on you and you're done.
Fun. So it's just, you know what? Just calm down.
I mean, for real. Speaking of cartoon characters and mascots and so forth, I got to tell you about this really disturbing thing that happened the other day. me and someone that's not going to be named here for privacy reasons, were laughing thinking about like the kind of reaction faces and comments that classic characters would have after sex. And or dirt making a hey-gow faces and noises and shit. Don't ask, just don't ask how and why this came out. But there were some really funny ones. Like, first off, nobody wants to deal with the Casper situation. It's just no. But bad jokes about the Flintstones getting their rocks off, and what other one? There was one specific one that was really, really funny.
Hang on, because I just noticed a significant problem.
Well, that's that.
Both the Divergence Eve and the Elfin Lead box sets have just significant typos on their DVDs. Like this on their DVDs. So it's like episode. Again, this will be 5 episodes, but a little less, 4 episodes.
Oh.
So I was looking at them like, contains 5 episodes.
Where's the 5th one?
Contains 5 episodes. It begins on episode 13. And I'm trying to see if I'm wrong about 5 and 4 equaling 14. Apparently that is the case. They said contains 5 episodes, but they listed 4 episodes. Because I was about to say,
like one of those magic eye things, or maybe if you look past it,
yeah, 14 episodes.
There's a hidden 14 episode. It's like when CDs became really popular and they extended the time fully out and had those really annoying like noises and stuff they'd put at the end, and it would just be like a song with 7 minutes of silence. I hated that. That was really annoying on shuffle, by the way. See, now we got all these nice fancy tools to where you can just snip it after it's over.
Yeah. So
and not have to deal with that.
I'm looking at the Elfin Lead box set, and it's got episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, episode 4. Okay. Good for the first volume. Episode 6, episode 7, episode 8, episode 9. Hang on. Where's episode 5? Now I don't know where episode 5 is. Now if I'm looking for episode 5, I don't know whether to put the first disc in or the second disc in.
That must have been when they were just putting out so much stuff that they were like, you know.
Now we know why ADV went out of business. Nobody could figure out their DVDs.
Yeah. Interesting, but then this conversation actually got much worse, by the way, because then we started bringing in cereal mascots. Yes, cereal mascots. Like Tony. Yeah, exactly. Tony the Tiger. Yes, that was.
Great.
Yeah. Follow your nose. I think the funniest one was the Count Chocula one.
There's like certain cereal mascots that I know really well. Captain Crunch, Tony the Tiger, fucking the Flintstones from Fruity Pebbles.
What's his name from the Smacks frog?
And then there's some cereal mascots that I have no perspective on, like Count Chocula, Boo Berry, Frankenberry.
Right.
Friggin' Dickums.
Speaking of which, since you mentioned Captain Crunch,
What I know.
that was one of them.
Cookie Crisp.
Yeah, we mentioned him too. Cookie Crisp. We did the Captain Crunch one.
You cut the roof of your mouth.
No, I said it sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Oh.
Like I couldn't figure that out when I was a kid. Like I'd eat Captain Crunch and I'd enjoy it, But I was like, what's going on in my mouth right now? The roof of my mouth feels like a desert. Holy crap.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yeah, then we'll go to the next segment.
If this wasn't during the break, I would say that would be a funny episode title. What's going on in my mouth?
Mouth right now.
There are so many things that are wrong with that. Imagine if somebody said that at a panel, or especially in a panel like that you do.
Exactly.
Like, the entire crowd would probably just start laughing. Like, what the fuck? Again, I don't know how me and my friends and so forth come up with these conversations, or how they even get there. Because we'll be talking about something completely normal. Like the weather, just some dumb shit that happened, and then suddenly you're talking about faces and noises fucking cereal mascots make when they're splooging. Like, how did we get here? That truly is one of those A to Z moments. Like
back when I was in college, a whole bunch of us would just hang out in the student lounge.
I think it's the longer you're hanging out, the weirder your conversations start getting.
So we'd be hanging out in the student lounge, and we'd start on one subject and end up reaching a completely different subject. And then we'd have to...
What were we talking about again?
We'd have to backtrace however many jumps we got to. It was like, okay, we were talking about this to start us out.
Yeah. It's like me and my friends when we were talking about idiot drivers. We were originally talking about like the band Rush. You know, the Canadian prog rock trio. Because it was playing on like the overhead speaker while we were at Denny's. And we were all just laughing, singing along to Fly By Night, and just like doing the thing with your fingers like the drums.
Yeah.
On the table. And then somehow it got to that wonderful recording you hear.
Hashtag jackass.
Jackass. That sounds like we're completely out of it, which we were. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Everybody's tired. We actually were talking to somebody from the Artist Alley because we played it to them. And they were laughing. He's like, no, I get it. It's one of those delirious, like, the later and more time you spend just kind of sitting there, if you're not sleeping, stuff just starts getting weirder and everything starts being funny.
Yep.
Hopefully I can get another one of those in field recordings. For those who like that bit, I should point out that you missed the actually funniest part of it. Because that was when we were actually in the Denny's. We were just describing it. It was actually funnier when we were actually in there. Which, I do not know how we didn't get kicked out. We were being very, very disruptive. I thought they were going to have to take me out on a gurney. I mean, I was hurting. Like, once we got out of there, I was in the parking lot, practically rolling on the street.
See, the Divergence, the Eve thing messed me up. So, because now I have to go back through every ADV release I have.
Trying to look for screw-ups.
Screw-ups.
Yeah. Evangelion, what do you mean this thing has 30 episodes?
Okay.
Okay, here's VZ.
Yes.
Alright then.
Get my ass back.
Now it's time for our really big show.
Really big show.
I think that's going to be next time.
And ready in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to NTR Radio.
We're going to be talking about fan works.
Yeah. Doujinshi, fanzines, ADVs, all that shit.
Fan
art.
fiction. Yeah, fan fiction, the whole bit.
Fan anime.
Fan anime? Yep.
Fannies.
No.
Not probably, no. Yeah. Anyway, one thing I think we could throw out there is that a surprising number of bigger names actually did start out there.
Oh, yeah.
Like one of the more prominent one I would say is probably like Ken Akamatsu.
Ken Akamatsu started there. Clamp started out as a
Yeah. I believe the original designs for Hellsing, some of them actually were originally porn.
That also happens a lot.
More than you would think. What is that title? Dream Hunter Lamb or Lem or what is?
Yeah, Dream Hunter Rem. I know that.
Right. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that was originally supposed to be porn.
Yeah, it was it was a hentai OVA. Then they cut out the hentai part and they released it just regularly.
Yeah. Although I have to say, in some cases, such as the Hellsing designs, I don't think any of us wanted to see Father Anderson porking anybody.
Yeah, let's be real.
Seriously. Does anybody want that? I could understand if you want Victoria.
Yeah, I know that most of the character designs in Bakugan originally came from that dude's hentai dojins.
That makes sense if you look at those designs.
It really does, especially when you're looking at her like dry humping her motorcycle.
I know that. Oh shit! What was that one? That was like really weird. Shit, my brain just like brain fart.
Really weird anime.
That one
Yeah,
that was weird.
Like, can you give us some hints, descriptions that aren't like completely?
It's got the guy named Pedro in it.
The guy named Pedro. Well, to be fair, that
about XL Saga.
That's it.
XL Saga. Yeah.
That was originally like doujinshi porn.
Somehow that does not surprise me if you've seen XL Saga. I mean, really.
Yeah.
But okay. Beyond that, you have, and then there's people that, do take their fan stuff and publish it in a professional kind of like, that are mostly just again doing doujinshi and things like that, and eventually do come to prominence, and
Yeah.
Plus, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, just for clarification, Comic Yellow doesn't count as like fan. That's an official publication.
Oh yeah.
He would know.
Yeah.
Got my copy right here. No.
Someday.
That was the perfect timing.
I'm looking through it. I was like, I have to drop in.
Where is it? Much like someone fumbling trying to find a pack of condoms, they don't know where they put them.
I know, trying to find the key real quick.
Yes. Anyway, other fan types of works. Fan fiction has been around forever.
Yeah.
And not even just anime. So.
Nobody, past a certain point, you really don't even need to be introduced to the concept of fan fiction. You just stumble upon it by accident.
What's funny is my favorite kind is the stuff that's really, really bad. Like the kind that you read it and you realize that okay, they're speaking in English, but I don't think that's their native tongue, because it reminds you of like when you got like a recent Russian immigrant that has a heavy accent and doesn't speak it really clearly.
Yeah.
And there's just like, pleased to be making sex with your face. Kind of stuff.
That sounds like the site drawnsex.com.
Yeah.
That sounds bad to me.
Is it a .ru?
It sounds bad. It is bad. Don't ever gaze eyes on it.
Okay.
Just know it gave the meme, "Get out, Bart, I'm pissed."
Well, yeah. Ooh. So, some of the highlights of anime fan fiction smut that I've ran across is the ones that they're describing sex and then it'll have something going on in the background that has nothing to do with anything. Like it'll talk about Sonic the Hedgehog needing to go to the store or something weird like that. Like in the middle of people fucking. Yeah.
Yeah, but part of me is glad I got out of the fan fiction phase at a certain point. 'Cause at a certain point, I just
The only fan fiction I used to read was Transformers fan fiction,
Right.
and then
Hopefully not porn.
no. No.
Starscream taken to a whole new level.
I've seen Transformers porn, though. Yeah.
Yeah, robots weren't the only thing in disguise. Nobody knew that was actually there.
You know what I'm a fan of? Dark Fix.
Okay. I'm gonna plead ignorance here.
Oh, okay. It's basically like something like what Rec Room 5 for a Dream is, where you take something.
Oh no!
You take something, and especially the more pure and saccharine it is, and you just like make it as
horrible.
Dark. Yeah, you make it as dark and nihilistic as possible.
That is it.
Yeah. Yep. And Black Time.
naturally.
Take that.
That's in it. Black Time is funny though.
Black Time is funny, but it's still kind of like a dark. It's still like a dark thing.
In that line.
Yeah. Again, the more pure it is, the more corruptible.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Kaon girls, like being bukake and things like that, and like them being sold into like the Middle East or something fucked up like that.
All right, I've read that one.
No. I've never either. I'm just saying it's something like that. You know, they end up stuck in Abu Dhabi, hanging out with Normal and shit. Bad Garfield joke for the young ones out there. So, anybody else got any anecdotes from fan fiction they want to explore?
No, I do not. The only anecdote from fan fiction I have is that several years ago. So and I'm talking like before I started She'sLostControl.net, I started a strike which is fan fiction, never finished it.
Huh.
Like it was I'd done I got spreadsheet for like the research I did that got it because I was setting it in like the 80s.
Time.
So instead of P-51 Mustangs and Focal Wolves and Messerschmitts, they're flying around in F4 Phantoms, and
right.
One of them's an SR-71. She just has this. Her weapon. She doesn't really have a weapon. She has a camera.
Right.
Right. Taking pictures of shit. I had a lot planned, but just did not finish it.
You just have to like insert musical cues from the 80s.
Yeah, of course.
You know, you'd stuff in have Top Gun type stuff going on. Anyway, beyond all that, I would think that as far as fan fiction goes, one of the I'll just go ahead and say this: the Final Fantasy VII fanfics. I've never read a good one. Yeah.
You know, I'm not surprised about that at all.
They're poorly written. They're poorly thought out, even more so. Like, and they all, of course, are sucking Sephiroth's penis.
Naturally.
So you know they're written by dudes. Yeah.
Not if it's Cloud doing the.
Nah. The ladies seem to like Vincent more. Yep.
Actually, that's a good point.
Just an observation. Okay.
Say this, like, for all the shitting on fan fiction and whatnot, I still respect it because, like, at least they're doing something.
True enough.
Yeah. Because my philosophy is simply consuming media is the lowest point you can be at. As soon as you create something from that, you're one level higher.
I mean, even if it is Hero Yui gets a decking for Christmas.
Yeah, exactly. Even if it's
Which
absolute garbage, you still endeavor to create something.
I wish I did.
Yes.
I wish I was making that up. I really do wish I was making that up.
Yeah, because as someone that creates my own content, I feel like there's a sort of one up in creating stuff for stuff that you like.
Yeah.
Well, right, of course, but the level above that, of course, would be your own original kind of IPs.
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
your-
not as much as when I was younger. I used to make my own characters and such, and I still sometimes do. But I'm more about just doing, fan stuff
Mm,
or created for IP stuff. That's what art school was for. That was what art school was intended for. Didn't plan out, but I don't sit there and whine about it on Twitter like a certain other artist that went to art school.
Like
Well-
so many other artists. Let's be real.
just the idea of whining on Twitter,
If you
about
knew who I was-
anything.
Yeah, if you knew who I was talking about.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do as well.
I don't have to say it.
But what I'm saying is, like, because it starts this boulder rolling down the hill, where as soon as you start creating stuff, you start creating more stuff, and I mean,
Yeah, it's the snowball effect.
yeah, you can get to a level where you're like Gynax, where they
Right.
did icon animation for that first Daikon they hosted, and then that took off, and the next one they did like 10 times better, and now they're
Well, that was it. The second one was done, like, from what I heard, like, right after they were just doing Do You Remember Love? So they had some experience.
yeah, some of the people who worked on the second Daikon animation did a lot of work for Macross, and you can see that in the animation.
We should mention that if you haven't seen it, Otaku no Video is definitely required viewing.
Otaku no Video, like, that's like if you're looking to get into making, if you're looking for inspiration to start making shit,
That'll do it.
the show.
Waiting for Otaku Land. There you go, Anubis. Make Otaku Land.
Why do I get the feeling that this is some kind of really bad amusement park?
But that's what they make.
Yeah, that's real talk. That's their goal, is to make Otaku Land. And then they go down in the submarine and blast off into space.
And as I was gonna say, because I'm thinking like like a Cedar Point kind of thing, where you got like those signs where it says like you must be this fat to enter.
Oh no! And what is it? I love the centerpiece, by the way, of the whole thing. I mean, it's been years since I've seen it, but I remember I love the centerpiece was the SDF one, but the arms are the one is the Yamato and the other is the Arcadia.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the name? Yeah. Which of course was referenced in the Daikon 4 animation.
So that's what I like about, like, 'cause back when I was president of the anime club, and it was like the first year of the new semester, we got a whole bunch of new people. The first action that I took was pulling up the Daikon 4 animation and telling everyone that story, because this is just a whole bunch of people who dropped out of college, got together, went to these conventions, say, hey, let's do that, and then made this animation, and they went on to make arguably the most influential anime ever.
Did you? I've never seen it, but I've seen pictures. Hideki Anno dressed up as Ultraman.
I've never seen that, but
That was one of his fan that was one of his fan things too that he made.
Right.
But that's just what I love about it is that
Well, you
past people creating things because they love this stuff so much.
right. You could throw cosplaying into that too.
Oh yeah. It's not just drawing. It shouldn't be
Because a lot of people make their own parts and stuff.
Yeah. Drawing and what was it? Yeah, cosplay, writing. I think again, yeah, as a fanfic.
Right.
Even
Just
even
like,
writing
yeah,
about anime is kind of a, you know.
yeah, exactly.
So,
Writing reviews,
Mhm.
fanzines, which were real big decades ago, kind of have fallen by the wayside, but have
Right. And then you have
Yeah.
things.
a little bit of a resurgence nowadays.
AMVs.
AMVs.
And then you have things like the blogging, like Random Curiosity.
Yep.
Where they like take an episode and they have like an unreal amount of screenshots.
I don't know how these people do it. I don't know how people do episodic blogging like that.
Yeah, especially when they have like the 50 or more screenshots for each one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I have problem even taking a couple because I always like I don't know if this is a good one or I don't know if this is
Oh
a good
yeah,
shot.
A whole lot of reviews. The screenshots were the worst part of writing any review because then I'd have to go in. Okay, I'm talking about this in this paragraph. Do I need a screenshot for that? What scene am I gonna pick for that? It was just that's all I hated to do it.
Yeah, my thing was when I used to do reviews for Otaku CDX, I would have to I have to make sure I have to find pictures of at least every main character that's in the show, so that way at least get some sort of sense of what I'm talking about. People know what I'm talking about.
I would even put like ROM hacks in this category.
Oh yeah.
ROM hacks.
I'm not talking about so much the ones that are meant to be funny, although those are entertaining as well. But more like the ones where they just take the sprites and stuff and kind of make their own game out of it.
Right.
Granted, legal associations aside.
Well, I mean, a lot of this stuff is really legally dubious. Like the entire backbone of Kamiket is really dubious.
It's bankrolled by the Yakuza.
Well, to a certain extent, I mean, the industry just allows it to exist because they get a lot of their artists from Kamiket and from the Dojin community in the first place. So,
Oh yeah, plenty of them.
were they to stomp down on it? Oh, we don't have that many mangaka anymore. I wonder why.
Yeah.
By the way, another fan endeavor that you could count, those JAV spoofs. Parodies.
Yeah.
I love those.
Yeah, those are amusing and really something that only the Japanese probably would really be interested in even doing.
Well, they do it here, but here's the problem. I hate it. I hate that sort of like they do such and such, a such and such, and then underneath a such and such parody.
They have to do that legally.
Yes, it's like,
That's not even their choice. They have to do that.
it's like fuck Wars, a Star Wars parody. It's like, it's like. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like I said though, our that would be very much a nasty doo-doo thing to not do that.
So much of fan works, just in general, are in this legal gray area where they're technically illegal but are allowed to exist. Like a lot of fan art that gets sold around conventions, it's not legal to sell it, but they allow it to happen because
money.
It's relatively harmless and it promotes enthusiasm for the brand.
Right. I would say more than anything else, it's kind of analogous to like the bar band that's playing covers.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is why the Trans-Pacific Partnership was a real big deal when people were talking about that.
Oh, for sure. They're still trying to push that through too.
So it's like it would basically criminalize, criminalize from a criminal court standpoint instead of a civil court standpoint.
Right, as in more of a federal nastiness, you know.
It would basically straight up criminalize that sort of thing. Though, to be fair, the text of the document is a whole lot of legal jargon and
legalese, yeah.
That's not even 100% clear based on the finalized text. So
yeah,
it's up in the air. But
law should not be up in the air.
Yeah, that's really dumb. But regardless, that's the reason it was a big deal. Because people saw it and said, "Hey, this could straight up criminalize stuff like fan art, stuff like cosplay. A lot of this stuff these fans do that is permitted to happen because it's harmless and promotes the brand."
Right, and amongst other issues people might have with it. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, and you probably have looked over it more than I have, isn't there a thing about where you could be tried even in other countries for that shit?
I believe so, yeah.
Like if you did some...
The nation, the member nation must...
Like, file charges?
It's not even that they must file, it's that they have to have on hand the personnel and facilities to be able to process those kinds of things. It's like they have to be able to press charges, and they have to press charges.
I mean, maybe I'm just reading into this wrong, and it could just be scare tactics from some people. But from the stuff that I've seen, it really does sound like military tribunal level shit.
I'm not sure about it being military tribunal level. All I know is that what it necessitates is you have to be able to try these people based on IP violations
right.
of other member nations.
Right, I gotcha. Which of course, in of itself, is a nasty entanglement.
Yeah.
To say the least. Because not everybody has the same legal standards for things.
And I mean also stuff like bypassing region locks that kind of falls under the whole TPP. And
why do I have a feeling they would try to use this to nail ad block?
It wouldn't surprise me. I didn't read that in the part I read, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Again, but we'll just say it right here. We're obviously in support of all this fan stuff, even some of it which is laughably bad.
Oh yeah. Again, you're creating anything. You're a step above people who are just consuming.
Yeah, I mean, creative endeavors. I mean, let's just say creativity is a fertile breeding ground. You know.
Yeah, and I mean, here's my thing. It's so easy to create stuff and put it out there that there's no reason not to.
Yeah, I suppose. Unless you're one of those people that think, you're adding you're just adding waste to the landfill or something.
Well, it's not like it's like
you're disrespecting the original IP.
Yeah.
If you're doing stuff like to deliberately disrespect the original IP,
Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I don't even think it's like that sort of thing. But I mean, if you're just deliberately doing stuff that just straight up disrespects the original thing you're going for, I think that sort of gets into the way where it's an issue. But in MST3K, I don't have a problem with what they do. I have a problem with what they started.
Oh no! I wasn't knocking them for what they do. So much as that seems like it would be some type of entanglement, like people that do that, like reaction videos and that sort of thing. I mean, they already tried to do something about that, which fell on its face hard. Personally, I think that's stupid and low rent content, but
I think it's cheap content, but I don't disrespect the fact that it exists. Is my point.
Oh no! I mean, let me just say I didn't want those two chose to win that.
Yeah, of course.
Another area of fan works that not discussed as well, and you guys probably don't have as much insight, but is fan-made figures.
Right. I was going to mention that to an extent, but I wasn't sure if that would really fit.
That's what it is.
Because obviously there's Wonderfest, which was originally for you could buy the IP to like any you could buy the license to any IP for a day.
Also a Gynax thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how many things they kind of pioneered, almost not by accident, really.
Gynax just has their fingers in everything at this point. Like this is real. This is the house that Gynax built.
They're like the military-industrial complex. They're
Did
everywhere.
they really start that?
The news is cracking up.
They started it, and they at a certain point, around the same point where they started working on Ava, they said, we're not going to be in charge of Wonderfest anymore.
Okay.
Got shit to do.
That was remember Otaku no Video. Otaku no Video is a true story. It's really embellished with the spaceships and shit at the end of it.
The dude masturbating.
How'd you remind me of that? But it's the story of how Gynax came to be. They started out buying the licenses to these things and making garage kits of it and selling them in their shop.
Because hot gluing a fan figure is just isn't the same.
Of course. Ridiculous. But yeah,
actually, it's not. You have to pay less.
Yeah, fan-made figures are one of those things where I really wish that they get more attention over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I could get at some of them.
Right. That being said, I've thought about if I was more artistically inclined, I've thought about making all of us as anime characters and then trying to do something like that.
I mean, I have custom-made 3D. I could just give me a hair color, a bust size.
Wait. When did any of us get a bust size?
Well,
when did we grow this?
Okay. I misunderstood. Because when you said I would make us up as anime characters, I immediately thought gender swapped anime characters. Don't ask why my brain went right there. But that
it's corrupted you, man. I'm okay with that too, despite what some people would think. I'm all for that. If somebody wants to, if they're talented, go ahead.
There you go.
Have us engaged in a threesome. I don't care. I really don't. I would probably find that more amusing than anything else.
Yeah. Figma VZ Mark II. There you go.
Yes. Yes. Now
comes with the little Figma.
Hey, here's a question. If we're gender swapped, we got to discuss measurements, because not all of us want to still look the same.
Yeah.
Hey, I want a big ass.
I'd have to give this. What I'd have to do is like go into custom-made 3D too, and just move around the sliders until I'm happy with everything.
Yeah, it's one of those things that. Yeah.
Give me the biggest chest then.
Actually, wouldn't you want to be the flat one? Wouldn't you want to be the loli?
Maybe, but I would rather be like Kaneko.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I for some reason I want to be curvy.
I'm having a tough time deciding.
Put me in a Mizugi.
There you go.
Put me in a school uniform.
Put me in a zoo. Please don't.
Yeah, that's one thing.
Sailor uniform.
That's one
I'm
thing
okay with that too.
You would get more of in the United States is just fan-made figures, because people make them, But
I know.
it is in the anime community. The MLP community is out there making resin figures.
Yeah, I could see the regular comic book people be doing that too. Even though they would probably be more likely to be harped on by the bigger companies about doing that.
I would see more of the comic book industry doing that, but
That's what I mean.
I'm talking about the fandom.
Yeah.
There's bros out there making resin figures of fucking Twilight Sparkle and shit.
Well, here's the thing: the 3D printer has made a lot of this a lot more applicable.
Also special pony figures with built-in oni holes.
Vibrators.
No, I seen one with the oni hole.
Yeah.
Interesting. What was it like? In the back of I don't know, Twilight Sparkle or something.
It was stitched in.
Really?
It was green. It was the green one with the harp.
Yeah, Lyra.
Okay, yeah. You're gonna have to forgive me. I am not an expert at MLP. I don't hate it, but
I'm not either. But I've seen
Neither.
enough posts about that plush where I just know the name by now.
Wait. Are you both talking about the same thing?
Yeah.
Yes. It's
So this thing is notorious.
Yes, it's pretty much like a meme.
Like an MLP own a whole meme.
Yeah.
Wait, is it on? Yes, it is. There it is on Know Your Meme.
Is there really?
Just Lyra plushie.
See,
Yep.
you know what you got to title that though? Looking a gift horse in the mouth.
And there it is. It has a hole in the back.
It's like.
It has a hole in the back. There you go.
Oh man. We call it the Clydesdale model.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying though, is that the methods of production for these things have become so consumerized and commoditized, where
Well, it's like the home studio, really.
Yeah, if you have a couple $100, you can get a 3D printer.
Yeah, I mean, don't you have one?
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. It looks really well made too. That's the thing. It looks.
Anubis is getting specs to make that C2 ass.
I still need those measurements.
Make a 1/1 scale of Rinko's ass.
Well, see, there's fan works right there. We actually thought about doing that.
1/1 scale.
No,
Rinko.
no, VZ, you're on to something again. Listen, all right, stick with me on this. You know how people make 1/1 scale busts of anime
Yeah.
1/1 scale butts of anime characters. We take from.
Because they give you the measurements in the shows.
Yeah, I'm saying we take I can't. Here we go. Give me a second.
A lot of those line art have those.
So on FNC here, we take from here down to the top third of the thigh and just make a model of that butt.
Yeah, and then you make the inside all padded and insulated.
There you go.
So it's like hand warmers.
Desperately need to dust this figure.
There you go. 1/1 scale. I want a 1/1 scale of Kaneko's butt.
Exactly. I'm telling you.
It's like yeah, I'm gonna mount this on the wall. Yeah, that's not what I meant by that.
And it's and it's 89 centimeters.
Wow.
So.
Oh, did you just?
But that's so tiny.
Did you just go and look that up?
Yes, that's on
that
the
is fantastic.
official wiki for Idolmaster.
You see what I mean? You could actually get these implements and put them into your 3D printer.
Yeah, I'm saying.
But here's the thing: it's not that big when you put it in inches, because it's only 35. Her butt's not that big.
I guess that all depends on what you want to stick it in, huh?
It's just everyone has tiny butts, which is fine too.
Yes. Then you got to kind of do the Moses thing, huh? It's like parting the blacks. No.
To a certain extent, it's
The brown sea.
Oh,
That's disgusting.
R.L. Stein book.
It's dripping, man. It looks like syrup. It's running out like a fountain.
but no, it's like to a certain extent, like just how accurate are like the measurements they put on the characters on this, because like how closely would that translate to real life? Like if you looked at a character that looked that way in real life, would they really have those measurements, or are anime girls just regular ass fictional characters and it doesn't really matter?
See, you could always as far as butts goes, is you could always make them a little bigger.
Yeah, I'm sure proportionally it works out, but to a certain extent, it's like, would they really be just bigger but still in proportion?
Oh, by the way, I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about in fan works, like in doujins and fan art, where they make stuff like the breasts bigger than what they actually are in the show?
There's a fine art with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be done in a very particular way, and it like a lot of the ones I don't like is one where it just looks like they made the characters' breasts and butt bigger. Like it looks like that was their only goal, and they just did that. Whereas for stuff like, and okay, guys, I think you'll agree with me when I say Mogudan.
Yeah,
I was just going to use that example.
I was thinking Mogudan too.
Yeah.
Totally works. I don't know why, but it does work.
Mogudan stuff is just hilarious. It's like.
Well, I love the fact that she's a total fucking horn dog, and his cause she's quiet and kind of reserved, whereas in his works she's still kind of quiet, but it's hard to explain. You kind of have to see it.
Yeah, and like as far as art style, it's like, to me it strikes me as that's just Mogudan's style. Because whenever he does like other stuff, it's like the characters still look like the same way. But that's what Mogudan does, and that's just Mogudan drawing Rei Ayanami.
That's Mogudan doing Mogudan.
Exactly.
Didn't he do what's the name of that? I can't think of the name of it. It's
I know that there's hentai with his.
Yeah, isn't it like Bakunyu?
Yari?
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And there's
Didn't he do that?
figures of his stuff too.
Speaking of which, Tony Taka did this really, really great Hatsune Miku.
Mm.
I don't know if you've seen that or not. It's pretty nice.
Done a couple of Hatsune Miku.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of which, a lot of fan work of that.
A lot, like, that's the thing about Hatsune Miku to me is like that character is just created for fan work to be made. Like,
Or JAVs, those are fun too.
Yeah, but like the entire concept of Miku is just like, okay, it's a character. We made this character for this voice synthesis program, and just like all of this is just make her sing songs. That's it.
Right. Whereas I always wondered, since they use since they use technology in that way, when they're doing things like the art and stuff. Now this wouldn't really work for doujinshi or something like that, but I always thought it'd be funny, like for cosplayers and stuff, to have like some kind of auto tune, like equipment that they could run around with.
Have like a speaker hooked up to,
or even just like a vocoder.
A vocoder would be like really difficult, but I'm saying like hook up like kind of sort of hide a speaker in the costume, hook that up to your smartphone, and have like a soundboard like I have here on it, and just have stock phrases.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere somebody's working on it.
I've had that idea before, where
Right.
because
Be good for a Darth Vader costume.
what I want to do is do what Lelouch actually does and have a little microphone inside my mask connected to a speaker somewhere on the exterior of my costume, so people can actually hear me when I'm in the mask instead of me.
And not like so muffled I'm trapped in an orange kind of.
Exactly. It sounds like I'm inside an orange.
Orange. That has to be the most pretentious, bizarre comment I've ever encountered from a musician.
Like I'm inside an orange.
Can't you just see like the guy mixing with the dials and stuff, just looking at him? Dude, you gotta stop smoking pot.
Listen, you want to listen? I got the mixing deck here. You want to sit down here because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah, it's just like here, you can have it for the day because I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know, I'm all set. You can go ahead and do it.
The sad thing is I kind of think I know what they meant, but at the same time, I can't answer that without thinking, wait a minute, I'm trying to explain that. Yeah. As opposed to being inside of a lemon or a mango.
I feel like being inside a lemon would be kind of similar because they're both citrus.
Yeah, or how about a watermelon?
I just could have a completely different perspective on it because
Yeah, I mean, sometimes.
I don't know what being inside an orange sounds like. It could be completely different from a lemon. I don't know.
Yeah. Sometimes you just got to be inside of a lemon. I mean, sometimes it's an orange or a lemon day. It's like Almond Joy or Mounds. You know, sometimes you want nuts. Oh. These nuts. How did we get talking about?
But yeah, that's what I like about Hatsune Miku, and really the whole Vocaloid thing.
No, yeah, for sure.
Because I can't sing.
Oh God, yeah, neither can I.
But if I end up making music, I can just get the Vocaloid program and do that. And people have really gone ham with Vocaloids.
Oh yeah.
Things out there, and some of them are really good.
Like if you don't believe us, just hop your ass on over to YouTube and look for it.
Yeah.
I mean, not only that, but there was this. I think I showed you, Anubis, this guy doing fan art.
Yeah.
Where it shows it's in fast forward because if it wasn't, it would take forever.
Yeah, but it shows the whole process.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't show him actually drawing it. Sometimes it just shows him inking it.
Yeah.
But then he colors it in with like these really primo markers.
Mm.
Like,
I wonder if that's the same artist I look at. His name is Mayo Rio.
No, this guy's name is Ken.
Oh, all right, because this guy draws Vocaloid stuff too.
Oh, it's not Vocaloid stuff per se.
Oh, all right.
He did draw Miku once, but he draws all kinds of stuff.
Mm.
It's just all anime. And he's got these really expensive Copic markers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he said his set is like over $400.
God.
So not cheap. Then again, art supplies aren't cheap if they're good.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like you're buying one of those Sharpie highlighters or something.
It's like I say that the means of production have gotten much less expensive, not for high-end art supplies. Like, really for high-end anything, the means of production is still kind of prohibitive, but to get started with anything is really cheap.
Oh, yeah.
There's what's called OA Kaki, which is like just basically you draw online.
Yeah, and a lot of people go ham on that. It's really impressive.
And I've seen some great shit with that.
It's really funny, me being the historical nerd that I am. It's one of those things that hasn't changed throughout time. Art supplies, the high-end stuff, has always been expensive.
Well,
insanely so. Did you know that Michelangelo originally wanted to use lapis lazuli when he was doing the Sistine Chapel, but he couldn't afford it?
I bet.
That's I think that was it. Was it that? Anyway, I'm pretty sure it was him, and it was one of his big, Well, it probably was because that's his big painting. He was more known as a sculptor. I mean, was originally supposed to be a sculptor, rather. If I'm not mistaken. I could be screwing my shit up, but...
No, I think you're correct.
Because he wasn't even a painter. He was just... that was just a hired gun to do that.
Yeah.
I do know that. He originally was just like, hey, the church was basically just like, hey, we want you to do this, and he's just like, okay. You didn't give me enough money to buy lapis lazuli, though. I can't afford that shit. So even the greats couldn't afford some of this.
I will say that if you go in an art store and you look at where most of the high-end art supplies, it's actually not surprising where the two countries that they're made from, Japan and Germany.
No, but in this case, I think lapis lazuli actually originated from Afghanistan.
Is that a type of paint?
Yeah, that's a mineral.
Okay.
It's crushed down.
Yeah.
And made into a paint.
All right.
It was worth more than gold at the time.
Mm.
So there you go. And the more you know with NTR Radio.
See, we could be educational.
Sometimes you learn, and sometimes we talk about
The educational show.
Yes. So sometimes we talk about the origin or the more specifics, and then other times we talk about the labia.
Yeah.
It's just how we roll.
We just talk about, making our own 1/1 scale butts of anime characters.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking about that in the slightest. This isn't a joke. I'm real talk about this. I want to try this out and see if there's a market because
see, and then
it sounds like the greatest shit. Right?
And then you can and then you could just buy a real toilet. Because it would be properly proportioned, and you could stick it on there. It'd just be like something sitting, like how they have like the people peeing in the fucking water fountain. It'd be like that, except it'd be somebody shitting. It's like we used to.
That's like that kind of like weird ass art you'll find in like a rich person, like on MTV Cribs, people have in their house, and like you'll enter the bathroom and it's like, what's this sitting on the toilet? Oh yeah, that's this 1/1 scale anime butt that I bought from the people who do this anime podcast called NTR Radio.
Yeah, it cost me a little bit, but it was worth it.
Cost me $115,000.
Yeah,
Wait, how much did the Lonesome Cowboy sell for? Because I'm aiming for that.
Well, it's like this thing costed.
That's another fan work. That's another piece of fan work.
This costed more than the toilet we stuck it on. Yeah.
This spiky-haired dude making a semen lasso. You're damn right it can sell an anime butt. Takeshi Murakami.
Yeah, exactly. And the insides of it would be like those memory foam things.
I want to make up an art movement.
like butts?
Yeah, because Takeshi Murakami can do it. He made Super Flat. I want to make.
It's true. That's a great name for an episode. He made Super Flat.
He made Super Flat.
Super Flat. So we're basically talking about Chihaya's chest here.
Yeah.
Battle Master.
All drawn sculptures, music about Chihaya. That's all Super Flat.
Right. Yeah. But every movement's got to have a name. What will this be? The rectal movement. Day of the Anus. I don't know.
But will it be actually scented? It smells like peaches.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you light the candle inside of it. You know what I'm talking about? That's disgusting. Who the fuck wants their house to smell like somebody's ass?
Kind of a wholesome actual thing, and now we're just talking about smelling butts now.
Yeah. It's like those scented candles when you light them and they.
Should have stopped, and we've.
Okay, I got it. This is what you're gonna make. You know those plug-in scent?
Oh yeah, that you stick like on.
It's shaped like a butt.
Yeah, and like when you squeeze the trigger, it sprays out.
You just go,
Like, how has nobody done this?
No, it's one of those things where, like, you know, those things where it's that, except it just periodically sprays the scent into the room.
Yeah, from the butt cheeks. Yeah.
Yes. That's what I was.
And like, there's like a little button on the bottom that you can force it to do it, just like for to show people how it works.
That sounds too.
Yeah. It's got a pre-recorded fart that some like guy that had a bunch of cabbage does. Yeah, just like that.
I knew I had this drop in here for a reason.
It's gotta be peach scented or strawberry scented.
Oh, I thought it was supposed to smell like an actual fart. Which I didn't understand why anybody would do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Somebody making brownies in here? Somebody got some. Yeah, no, make it smell like a pizza place.
Yeah, make it sound like make it sound like someone's cooking something. Like make it sound.
Yeah, like you hit it and then it's like, someone getting breadsticks.
No, we make it smell like the character's favorite food.
Ooh. Wow, this is getting a little too in depth for what we're talking about.
No. Now it's getting too in depth. We just talked about it making a Glade plugin where it looks like the butt's farting, and now it's getting too in depth. We crossed the line 5 miles ago. We're still going.
Yeah, there's a point where this should have stopped, but let's keep going and see what happens.
Yeah.
Great
No.
endeavor. Great entrepreneurial endeavors.
Oh.
Can't you just see that we're the type of people you need to invest in?
Well, here's the thing. I'm trying to be serious with it, with like actually creating like miniature figures of anime girls' butts, and we're just going far off the reservation with it, with making it the Glade plugin. So I'm just
The
saying, let's get to the break now.
It smells like melon pan.
Third segment. We're up against the break. Keep it right here on NTR Radio. Here's some more music from Sonic Adventure. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Keep it right here on NTR Radio. So I'm trying to propose a business maneuver, and people trying to make it a Glade plugin. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, that hurt.
And from the makers of the butt plugin, the vagina plugin.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my idea, because it'd be like that entire section of the body, like front.
Right.
I'm telling you, this is something that I'm seriously thinking about, and now we're trying to make it a Glade plugin. So I don't know.
You can switch, and then from the other side, when it sprays out, it smells like salty coins and milk. For those of you who don't get that joke, first off, I pity you. Second off, you must be new because that video got taken down originally. Or worse, like if it was a fart. Imagine a voice comes out like and it's Duke Nukem or something like that.
Wait a second, I gotta drop in for that too. Well, hang on, I need to pause the music because otherwise it'll be too loud.
It's in the break. You don't have to do it.
I know, but I want to do the drop in. Where is it?
I need to label these things.
My thing is they're labeled, but it's like
I don't remember.
we're on different pages. Here it is.
Blow it out your ass.
Yeah, that's perfect.
I had the drop in for it.
Yeah.
So that's the tagline.
yeah, blow it out. Yeah, like you know how movies have the tagline. Yeah, blow it out your ass. It's like written on the side of the. Yeah, and they'll come in different colors too, and they have like the Crayola style names, like but it'd be like doo doo brown. The yellow ones will be corn or something like that.
Mexican night.
Oh, the green ones would be called like Fruit Loops or something like that. Because if you've eaten a lot of Fruit Loops, you know, your stuff starts turning funky ass colors.
Quality podcasting.
The red one would just be called "Go to the hospital."
See a doctor.
See a doctor pronto. Something's wrong. Hemorrhoid red. That's fucking foul, man. That being said, I've always been amused by the Crayola names for those things.
Whoever creates Crayola names is
Like, I'm curious about that.
Purple Mountain Majesty.
Majesty.
Okay, I invented a new Crayola crayon idea. Okay, I don't even have to say what it is. I like what it actually. All I have to say is an off-white color with red swirls in it.
Oh. Oh. Yeah. I even got some names for it.
Exactly.
No, I'm serious. You could call it Not So Fresh.
First love.
Oh. Yeah.
She was asking for
cherry. Cherry pop.
Oh.
A special night in
No, just call it a special night.
Oh no, I was gonna say special night in Cologne.
Oh, come on, dude. That's not cool.
We're gonna get some responses.
No, you're gonna get some hate mail for
that. Lovely evening in Cologne.
Oh, not cool, man. We got okay. I'm gonna try to think of a couple other names. Really?
Can we think of a third segment first? Because
we got mail.
We do not.
Oh, well, we could always come up with more marketing ideas.
Yeah, we'll just bullshit.
Since we're talking about fan shit.
I'll write on how the yen. I hate the yen right now because it's gone up.
What?
Brexit?
Exactly, because everyone's investing in the yen right now. So that means all that shit that I got on pre-order just went up a little bit.
Sorry. That's the way the ball bounces, or that's the way the cherry goes pop.
Cherry pop crayon.
Cherry poppins.
Cherry poppins. No, that's just a drink. That's just a drink. All right. Okay, it's the drink color. That's a yogurt drink right there. It's off white. It's off white with red swirl.
Call it New Sensations.
NTR Radio Foods.
Oh,
it's like Whole Foods.
NTR Foods. Oh, imagine the names we could come up with that sick shit.
NTR Radio Foods.
Devil's Loads.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where we should have stopped and we didn't.
Gone far past that point.
And all those out there listening,
folks.
Yeah. This is quality radio.
Yeah. Really.
Well, I would do the NTR Radio financial report, but the last time I did that, I had a different phone, so I haven't reinstalled that app yet. So I don't have it.
He's working on it.
Working on it. I could probably just install it real damn quick right now, and then
Yeah.
do it.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm on it. Currency converter.
Yes. We'll discuss the European Union and the one that got away.
And they got away. And the UK got away.
Yes. Because apparently, at least from what I'm reading, a bunch of old white people vote.
Hey, imagine that.
And people that are 16 think they shouldn't be allowed to. Yeah.
Okay. That's dollar. Or do I want yen to the dollar? No, I want dollar to yen.
Don't forget the pound.
Oh, the pound just like went down. Like
That was the joke.
Okay. Get us back to the soundboard here. Ready on third segment.
I am.
Yep.
In 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to NTR Radio.
We have a couple interesting things. Since this is a fan episode, one, we have a financial report.
Yes.
Anubis, take it away. You're the only one who has the app.
Good evening. This is Time Enforcer Anubis with NTR Radio Financial Report. Currently, the exchange rate for the dollar to the Japanese yen is $1 to 102.0736 yen, which is a sharp change from really last week when the currency was the dollar was a lot stronger in comparison to the yen.
No one's saying that Brexit is to blame. Actually, we are, but
I'm saying that it is directly to blame.
no, it is. It'll stabilize, I'm sure.
It'll stabilize. A whole lot of people are getting real scared about the currency exchange rates.
Yeah, I mean,
all that is just a result of the markets not liking uncertainty.
For sure.
Yeah. And the main reason why I pay attention is because all the stuff that I have on pre-order just like went up a little bit.
Well, I mean, if you're ever ordering stuff, if you ever order stuff on a regular basis from like HobbyLink Japan, AmiAmi, Hobby Search, it's a good idea to kind of pay attention to where the yen is, because the amount that you'll be paying will fluctuate based on that.
Yeah. When I saw what it was today, I'm like, pretty much like going, fucking piss.
I got that dropping. Give me a second.
Exactly. Yep.
Delayed response. But we're going to take this segment to kind of, since we're kind of interested in the ideas of marketing, we're going to try to talk about ideas, just throw them out there, on how to market stuff or how to come up with some ideas that haven't really been put into place yet, that we think they should, or at least would be amusing. We kind of were already doing that, as you heard.
Some very lovely stuff I thought of
that went far past where it should have gone.
Yeah, put it this way, we were talking about crayons. This, for those of you that aren't listening to the live broadcast and are just kind of listening to the
podcast, like normal people.
Yeah, the studio, quote unquote, or the post-production version of it. Whatever. We were talking about interesting crayon names, like how some of them back in the day have these really kind of elaborate names, as Anubis so pointed out, with purples.
Majesties.
Yeah, and wasn't there one something like electric lime or something?
Yes.
Well, we were trying to come up with ones that are anime related, and VZ pointed out like an off-white color that has a red swirl in it.
Yeah.
If you've seen enough hentai, I think you know where this is going. And we were just trying to come up with creative names for it, and
I also said that there should be a yogurt drink with that also.
yes, yes,
NTR Foods.
It's thick and lukewarm. No, that's not going to be called thick and lukewarm.
Oh, so disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember there was in the, I want to say very, very, very early 90s. So Anubis was like just there. I don't know. So no, actually, Anubis wouldn't even have known about this. But there was a brand of oatmeal that then you opened up a pack of and do like, like fruit swirl.
Right.
And it's like, I just remember wanting that so bad at the time, but like you think about it, it's like, wow, it's like nothing. You could just put your own like jelly in it.
Yeah, it's not like that's some kind of complicated secret ingredient. It'd be like creating a root beer float and not realizing how to do that. Other kind of ideas we were kind of talking about. We were talking more about the butt production of like. What would you want it to be made out of, Anubis?
My first instinct tells me polyurethane resin.
Right.
No, it has to be like something squishy.
Soft vinyl actually might work. I know, Danny Chu makes his smart doll, and that's what his is made out of, soft vinyl. Soft vinyl might work because like the manufacturing process is really similar to the kind used with a polyurethane resin.
Yeah, oh, there it is. I just found it. Oatmeal swirlers. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. That'll be the name of the crayon too. Oatmeal swirl. Oh, that's disgusting. If you know the context we're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gross. Or how about if you made the life-size things, but they also have the string in the back that you pull, like the old dolls did, and they have like the catchphrases and stuff like that. Of course, in this case, they would be like foul, but they'd be said in a really stoic way, like to where they're just like really like there's like very little emotion behind it. It's just like somebody recorded it, like bored. Like you pull the string. And,
hey! I'm talking Krusty.
Yeah, exactly. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. He wasn't freaking unemotional. He sounded completely insane. No, to pull it and just be like, my hips are moving on their own.
Oh.
It's like it's bigger than before. It doesn't make it sound like you're doing a rotary phone like that, but you get the idea.
How about little butt keychains that you squeeze and they make a sound?
Yeah, it makes like that dog toy noise.
No,
like that. Wait.
No farting sound.
Oh yeah, like if you pinch it and it just makes this, Yeah, it's obviously why we're not really particularly in business right now.
No, you aren't. I'm trying to do legitimate stuff.
Yeah, but you're not trying to sell that. like you don't wake up one day and go, I totally got to buy these farting keychains or create these farting keychains. They look like, I don't know. Like no, it would be even worse if it was a guy's voice that came out. Like you squeeze it, and it's just like some drunken like dude going like
dude to record the lines.
Yeah, like some cute anime girl. Like you squeeze the thing, and it says something weird that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Like it's just some random guy. They didn't tell him what to say. They got him off the street, and he's just like, I need a bong hit.
Pay the dude $15 to record some lines.
And all the lines he says are about what he's gonna do with the money. He's just like, oh, thanks, man. I'm gonna get me some. I'm gonna put this toward my Jack Daniels. And that's just what comes out of it. Again, these are not real products or even real suggestions. Then you would have like with the popularity of stuff like Bakugan, we'll see like a rise in like the more basically like motorcycles or mopeds and things like that. Let's see. How could we mess those up?
How do we ruin motorcycles for everyone?
I could see them doing a what is it?
Oh no, I got it, guys.
What?
You sit on it and it's got like an open mouth. And that's yes. Instead of keys in the future, we have penile identification, biometrics. It's like, hey, like
How'd
somebody
you get
else.
it to fit? How'd you get? Oh, I didn't match it. I just stuck it in and broke it.
Yeah, you just you know how they have like the optics, like the optic biometrics where it scans your like retinas.
And what is the least attractive male name?
Devin.
Wait, wasn't it Keith?
Yes.
Yeah. No. Speaking of which, anybody that's listening to this that's named Keith or Devin, sorry. but every person named Devin I've ever met has been a douche. Every single one of them. Maybe that's just bad luck on my part.
Our condolences. Sorry.
Well, to be fair, it's not like every day I meet somebody named Devin either. But of the handful of times I have, they've always been kind of a douche. And this goes all the way back to school.
Hello, my name is Devin, and I'm very insulted by this podcast I just happened to stumble upon.
Yeah, the Devin cast. Speaking of douches, maybe we should get into the feminine hygiene products element here.
I knew that's exactly where you were going. I'm like,
No, please don't. I can see it in your face. Please don't.
Anime, was it anime, what is it, pregnancy tests? Like those pregnancy tests?
They just always come out positive.
Yes. Oh, that, yeah.
Yeah, most tests that you have, you don't want to come out positive. As far as anything like that goes.
One may cause birth defects.
Oh shit! Yeah. See, that would be hilarious if it was an Ore-emo one.
Wait, that's it's like a pregnancy test that always comes out positive. That is a weapon of mass destruction.
We call it the alimony. We call it the alimony stick. No.
That's I can't even reconcile that with this.
That's terrible.
Finish.
Yeah, the always. Who the fuck would buy an always positive pregnancy test?
No, I'm telling you. Did you know women sell their positive pregnancy tests online to other women?
What the fuck?
This isn't a joke.
I could have went to sleep tonight not knowing that.
That's why I'm saying it. This is a weapon of mass destruction. I don't know if you want to go down this path because you don't ask questions you don't want the answer to.
Did I ask a question there? Oh no, I did. I asked who would buy these.
Yeah, you asked a question. You evidently did not want the answer to it. So yeah.
It was rhetorical, man. Rhetorical.
I don't know if we want to go down this path because it's a very, very dark path.
Yeah, this is that rabbit hole you don't want to go down. I just have this bad visual of like someone on Craigslist. Hey, I got this pregnancy test that's positive.
This is a thing that happens.
Yeah. For everything that's interesting to know, like that there are con orgies, you got things like this, which kind of balances it out, doesn't it? Right.
Even in terms of con orgies, it's like it's good finding out that happens, but like the ones that you see evidence of are never the good ones.
Anubis speaks from experience.
I really do not.
I know. I've been there. I've been to both of them. Trust me.
The good ones are the ones that you don't hear about. And
The good ones are clandestine.
you need to know the right people to even know about them, let alone get invited to them. Allegedly, this is just from what I'm hearing.
I'm not saying I know off firsthand, but I've heard. Like, imagine they had T-shirts for that shit. Like
2016.
Yeah. Con Orgy 2016. You know. Speaking of con orgies,
Please go on.
at Anime Expo, should I ask her about that human centipede scene in Euphoria? Because they're doing a Q&A.
Yeah, go for it.
Because I actually am kind of curious about that.
Or about whatever's going on in Euphoria, sure.
Well, I mean, isn't that what it's for?
On the effed up hentai panel, I don't have plausible deniability about Euphoria. I was like,
You know, it's just like it's one of those, because you know somebody's going. If I'm not going, someone else probably will.
of course.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they're going to be like, yeah, I got kind of a question here. Forgive me for asking. Can you kind of go into detail about that human centipede thing? I mean, just kind of curious. Like, did you think of that yourself, or was that something that came like from management or something that needs to happen? Like, was that something you saw and thought, okay, this will make a good idea? How much of Eroge H is reality, including the peeing in the mouth? These are the questions we need to know.
Do people really say the lines that they say in?
Yeah. When you're peeing in someone's mouth, when you're peeing in someone's mouth, yeah, and at the beach, no less.
Of course, where else?
Yeah, where else are you gonna do it? I mean, sure you can do it behind a dumpster, but that's not clean.
You know, or filthy and disgusting when you want to pee on someone.
No one wants to be on their knees behind a dumpster. Come on, they want to be in the sand where it's nice and cool. Oh, wait, no, it's the sand. It's not nice and cool.
The opposite of nice and cool.
Then you got to worry about the ocean life getting involved.
The salt water.
Fucking crustaceans and shit. Sadly, they're. I'm not gonna give the source away, but we'll just say from something I heard. So take this with a pinch of salt. There's a Japanese porn movie called, I'm trying to think of the name of it. It was something like, you know, so and so inserts an octopus and it hurts.
Nope.
Jesus fucking dude.
Nope.
Oh, I've heard worse.
You know what? That's cool in the gang. All set.
I've heard worse.
Good for you. Yeah, this isn't hentai either, by the way.
Yep. You know what? I figured so much. Now it's confirmed. Nope. All set.
Like,
I'm doing that.
ocean life.
I don't like
yeah.
that to begin with.
Now I understand why Lovecraft was afraid of it. Like one day you're sitting at home, you're reading the paper. The next day you're out in the ocean and getting bad things happening to you by.
The stuff down there has how many arms?
Are you? It shoots ink.
It shoots what? It shoots ink. You know what? I'm all set. Stay away from the ocean.
Yeah, I'm good. He apparently really did have a legitimate phobia of the ocean.
That makes sense.
And if you read his works, you can clearly see that a lot of that seems to come from space and things like that too.
Yeah.
So yeah, we know he's a racist idiot, but he's also dead.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry too much about it. So yeah, yay. Not only that, but I love the fact that his influence has corrupted pretty much everything it's touched.
Yeah.
Like, I love how it's even an anime.
Oh yeah, that show.
Great old ones hanging outside of the like aquarium. Yeah.
No,
Good
actually, I was thinking of that one. The one
I
that
know.
Sebek did.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name of it, but I know what you're talking about.
Kaneko-san.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
And also Extra One.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. I forgot about that.
Also, Yurusuke Doji, you can't deny the.
If I saw him, I would totally ask, like, because the thing is somebody asked him about the fisherman's wife deal,
Yeah.
and he said actually no, that wasn't an influence because he hadn't even seen it until afterwards.
Oh.
So maybe he saw Evil Dead. You know what I'm talking about with the tree?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That could work.
I mean, you know, the thing that people don't seem to understand about that is it wasn't even so much, or at least as an idea, that wasn't even so much of a deviancy, so much as it was just trying to get around censorship laws.
Exactly.
It just.
Which it just happens to be really, really messed up. Yeah. I'm sure they were like patting themselves on the back when they thought of that too. It's just like, it's perfect. They can't do anything about it. It's not technically a penis.
Technically, it's not a penis, so they can't actually censor it.
It is part of the creature. You gotta wonder how much they were gloating about that. Like when they're sitting there just like, aha! And then the average person, when
in there in front of the censorship board with like just middle fingers up in the air,
and they're just like, "Can we arrest this guy?" We can't. Aw, man, we gotta let him put this crap out there. Damn it. I don't know. I think there are just people out there, and it happens in our television too. They do stuff like that. They tons of shows that are on like prime time skirt around this kind of stuff. Like if you pay attention, there's constantly things they're doing to kind of maneuver around the censors.
Yeah.
And this really is no different. Just different venue, I guess. Somehow we got talking about Lovecraftian pornography.
Yeah.
But that's what we do here at NTR.
Yeah, and you know what? We don't even have the time to run back through everything.
We do not. So, okay, anybody got any other ideas for mass production or?
Really, we
I
went
think we'll-
far enough with the butt thing. I don't even want to start anything else because all it's gonna do is descend into more fart jokes.
I think we'll just end the show here.
I think we're all set.
Yeah.
Okay, well, the next time you see us, this weekend I'll be at Anime Expo.
And then the week after that, I'll be at Kineticon.
So, are you going to come home and immediately do the episode, or are we going to wait another week?
No, we're gonna wait another week.
So, It's going to be a little bit of a hiatus then.
Yes.
1 week hiatus.
Well, it'll be 1 week longer than we normally wait on doing the episode.
It'll be worth it because you got to think of it this way. Not only will it be a Gaiden episode, there'll be con stories from two
Yeah.
different cons and 4th of July shenanigans.
Yeah.
So we'll be spending our Independence Day worshiping media that we didn't make.
Yeah. And if that isn't the essence of America, I don't know what is.
Oh, that was like that when there was when the Fox box or whatever during the early 2000s, and they had all the characters, which most of them were anime characters, singing the national anthem.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's about as bad as you could imagine.
Okay, so I think we're gonna close it on down for tonight.
Yeah.
So just remember, make anime butts great again.
That's the show. The email address is ntrradio@gmail.com. The website is she'slostcontrol.net/podcast. You can find VZ stuff at vzmk2 moyamekagatai at wordpress.com. You should check out Otaku Midnight. They're on a hiatus at the moment, but when they come back, they got a whole bunch of really ballin' episodes lined up, so keep on the lookout for that. Check out the Bakugaijin show, because they're really good as well. Hit me up on Twitter at TEAnubis. Hit VZ up on Twitter at VZMK2. Hit K-Gods up on Twitter at nowhere.
Aha, fuck you.
Check out Iyashike at iyashike.moe. Check out Nyan the magazine at she'slostcontrol.net/NYAAN. I'm Tom Enforcer Anubis.
I'm K-Gods.
I'm VZ Mark II.
And even though we create our own anime movement with the butts every time we say it, this is NTR Radio.